So with the book title, what you're trying to do is find out what they really, really want.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you start with the benefits that these people receive. So the biggest emphasis or the biggest focus is going to be on the subtitle,
Okay.
not the title. The subtitle is going to talk about the benefits, your ideal target market, and basically really capture their attention. That's where you want to spend the most amount of time.
Okay.
So there's an exercise that we can just quickly go through if you want.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
will help get clear
Okay.
on describing and positioning from your perspective what outcome that they want, the benefits that they want,
Yes.
as opposed to just describing sort of the product or the service, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. So what is it you do?
I help people eliminate pain rapidly in their body.
Okay. So what does that really mean to the person?
Yeah. So what that means is they can get back to living the life that they haven't lived for a year, for 5 years, for 11 years. They can get back to living a quality, active lifestyle again.
Okay. So that's a pretty long subtitle.
Yeah. Okay, that was
So-
not my subtitle.
So the subtitle, you really need to narrow in on the benefits,
Okay.
as well as you actually need to do keyword research. Because in the title, you need to have two things. It needs to focus on very clear benefits to your ideal target market.
Okay.
So when they look at it, they know that you're talking specifically to them,
Yes.
focusing on the benefits. But you also have to figure out what people are actually searching for. Because the subtitle is, and there are books with very, very long subtitles
Okay.
that have been stuffed with keywords and benefits, and it's
Yeah.
all done purposefully to attract the person, not only when they see the book
Yeah.
because of the benefits, but also when they're searching, because it's stuffed with keywords that people actually search for that have a pain, fear, frustration that they're trying to find a solution for.
Of course.
Because you always want to get clear on your ideal target market or your avatar. And it really goes back to who is your avatar, what are their pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions, and how does your solution help them with that problem.
Yeah. Now, and when you say I need to do keyword research, are you saying that I should do that or I should hire somebody? Because again,
Either
this
or.
is my challenge. Is number one, I love working with people and I love helping people heal their body. When I go to do tech stuff, I just want to rip my hair out. Okay?
So-
I really do. But I'm a small business too, still building. And
It comes down to budget.
yeah,
So it's a matter of budget, because I could name off half a dozen people that could do this for you,
yes.
but do you have the budget to actually do it?
And what is the budget? What's a realistic budget for me to be working towards or thinking about if I wanted to hire someone who knew what they were doing? And when I hire someone, how do I know if they know what they're doing?
Well, you get references of people that they've worked with. That's how you know.
Yeah,
And
that's a good good call.
And you look at the books that they've actually launched.
Right. Okay.
Have the books that they launched been #1 bestsellers?
Okay.
So as far as the amount goes, I've never hired, like a lot of my good friends
Yep.
are in this business of, and there are
Yeah.
people that I would actually go to for helping me with my book, even though I know how to do it
Yes.
and I can do it.
Yeah. Because
But-
you've done it.
Right. But my level of knowledge is sort of that deep in the subject, and theirs is like this deep.
Right.
So they'll do a lot more than I would even do for my own book, because they're in that specific niche and they're doing it all the time, and they've got deeper training
Okay.
and they focus on that versus someone like myself that I can do it, but there's people that can do it way better.
So if I wanted to hire some of those people,
I've never hired them, so I know that, I don't know, let's see if there's anybody on. There's some friends of mine that focus on this. Jason P. Jordan is one of them.
Yeah.
And he's also a person that will actually, when he works with an individual, he actually crafts an amazing press release
okay.
and distributes it and gets you in all of the biggest name publications
Okay.
out there.
Okay.
So he has a specific phone. I can put you in touch with him. He can give you an idea what ballpark, what it's going to cost, what the investment's going to be in order to use his services. He actually has connections with people all around the world in all these different countries, and can actually help you become #1 bestseller in all of these different countries
Okay.
because of all of his different connections and all the people that he actually knows in those countries.
Right.
So he has a service that he helps authors, helps them become #1 bestsellers, but he helps them go through this process of basically defining the title and the subtitle,
Okay.
because that is the biggest thing when it comes to Amazon, because you want to be found when people are doing keyword research, or they're actually doing searches on Google. You want to be found.
Yes.
So he can help with that. They do a lot of research, they discover all that information, and then they craft a very good subtitle.
Okay.
And then he can help with a lot of the other aspects as well.
So, how to eliminate pain and start living again? Are you saying that probably is not my best subtitle?
I can't tell you
Until we do the keyword.
until you do some research.
Okay. All right.
So there's research. So is that information, have you identified that information as a true benefit to your ideal target market? So do you know who your target market is? So do you know what their biggest pain, fear, frustration, or ambition is when it
Yes.
comes to blank? So what is it?
What their biggest pain?
Pain, fear, frustration, or ambition?
Biggest pain is they can't walk. They can't play with their kids. They can't pick up their grandkids. They can't live a lifestyle of movement.
That they used to live.
That's right, because they're in so much debilitating pain.
So as a result of that, what's happening as a result of that problem? So basically they're being very sedentary,
Well,
they're gaining weight,
absolutely,
they're
it's
getting
affecting
depressed.
it's affecting their marriages. It's affecting their ability to go to work every day. It's affecting every aspect of their life, every aspect.
So what kind of things have they tried already that hasn't worked?
A lot of my clients have tried medication, and the medication had a very negative response on their body. So some of my clients were allergic to medication. Some of my clients, their stomach is rotting out and they're getting bleeding ulcers. And some of my clients just couldn't have the medication at all. And then they were just living in pain. I have one client, she's had 5 kids.
Yeah.
She said that her sciatic pain that she had over Christmas was more painful than having the 5 children, which really was surprising. And she used the home light unit at home for 7, 8, 9 hours a day because she was in so much pain. She said, I thought I was dying. I thought this was it.
Wow.
And because she couldn't take medication. She's in her 80s. And so it's that same repetitive verbiage that I hear. Some clients have had surgery and they still haven't experienced the healing from the surgery. Sometimes they're worse off. Everyone's different.
Okay, so if these people had a magic wand or an ideal solution,
Yeah.
what would it be?
It would be to get back to the way they were used to living
Okay.
in a holistic way without hurting themselves. Like the medication will hurt them. The surgery will leave a negative side effect. They want to get back to how they were
So
living.
what's the biggest question that they have when it comes to inflammation? So what's the biggest burning or the pain that they're in? What's the biggest question that they have with respect to that information?
Well, the biggest question is, how can I get rid of this fast and start living a quality life again? That's their burning question, because nobody wants to spend a year healing their body. They want fast results. We're living in a society, fast, right?
Yep.
And of course, it takes time for the body to heal. But I will say in 25 years, the home light therapy unit delivers results faster than I've seen with anything else, even with changing diet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of that information is very critical, because basically what you did is you really just did a lot of your own copywriting and creating the copy that's to get clarity on who your ideal target market is. Because a lot of that stuff that you just said, you'll actually be able to use when you're communicating to people about your book.
Okay.
when you're marketing and launching your book.
Okay.
So that's very crucial because you want to attract the people who will benefit from the book. So understanding them, understanding the things that they've tried
Yeah.
and didn't work and the struggles that they have is very crucial when it comes to marketing the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you already have your title, and it's a good title because I know that you've already gone through the magazine and you sort of did you used the formulas.
Yes.
And what I mean by formula is you take one of the best-selling books. A perfect example is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and you just remove different pieces. So you say would remove 7 blank of blank. So it might be 7 keys of a successful marriage or something like that. So you just replace the blanks with
Yeah.
things that your ideal target market is looking for, and sort of an idea of what they can get.
Right.
So you've already worked through that formula. Now it's the subtitle. And do you have any idea about the graphics?
I don't.
Okay. So what I did with my books is I went to Fiverr and I had an idea. I had the colors I wanted, and I had the title and the subtitle, and I just hired 3-4 different people
Okay.
to create book covers for me, just so I can get from different perspectives,
Okay.
different creativity. And that one worked quite well. For $15, I think I ended up with my Rent-Own Revolution book cover that I liked. Another way to go is 99 Designs. I've used them a couple different times for logos. It's a contest. It's the investment's a little bit more. You're probably looking at anywhere from $300 to $500 US just for a contest that you're going to award the winner. But what you'll get is a lot of designers from around the world all competing, and it's 2 or 3 different stages,
Okay.
all competing to win that prize of the money. So you get it. I've had up to 80 different designers creating, close to 200 different designs, all competing for the prize that I was going to award the winner for my logo.
Wow, that's
And
fantastic.
it was a multiple step. So there's a lot of interaction. You're
Yeah.
going back and forth. You're giving feedback to everybody on everybody's designs. So you're just helping them through the process. So those are two ideas where you can go.
Okay.
And of course, the third is a local graphic designer.
Yep.
That's a third option.
I have to say I love the idea of variety because everyone's mind works differently. And yeah,
Because
I do
let's say,
love that.
for example, you use Fiverr and you get 4 or 5 different people all creating a book cover for you.
Yeah.
You can take pieces from each one.
Yeah.
And then you can just sort of go to somebody and say, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this from these different covers.
Right.
Can you put them together or make one cover for me?
Yeah.
So I think that is sort of does that answer your question about the book cover, where to go for your book cover?
So, so let's say today when I go home, I'm going to go to Fiverr and hire 4 different people. I would give them the name of my book and...
You need to have your subtitle first.
Right. But let's pretend I had my subtitle.
Okay.
And so I go to Fiverr and I say, I need a book cover for this title. Should I give them any more information or is that enough?
The more information that you give them,
the better product I'll get.
Because they're going to know.
Right, okay.
And they're going to have very specific requirements when you hire them. They're going to ask you all of these questions: the color, your target market, do you want images, a lot of different things that they're going to require in order to create something that potentially that you're going to like.
And when you go to Fiverr, are there people who just create book covers?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd go to the section that said, hey, I create book covers.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's 2 different types. There's the Kindle book cover.
Right.
And there's the book cover that you would get created for the actual paper copy.
Right, okay.
But just focus on getting the design first,
Yeah.
so like a Kindle design.
Yeah.
And then once you have that, then you can actually go and get the create space one done. or the one for getting your hardcover or
Okay.
your soft cover, but the actual physical book created.
Okay. So Kindle first.
Yes, when you're outsourcing, just ask them get the Kindle one created
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
One thing, I don't know if you've investigated this, but an ISBN number.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so you know on the back of every book is a barcode.
I sure do.
So this
I
here?
have thousands of books.
That is your ISBN number.
Okay.
And it's basically a registration.
Oh, okay.
So what you'll want to do is just Google ISBN in Canada.
Okay.
And it's actually run through a government website. It's a Government of Canada website. So you actually would register your book on that site. So you need the title, subtitle, all that kind of stuff
Before
you actually register it. And
Okay.
you'd want that registration ISBN number prior to getting the book cover, because you're actually going to want to get it put on the book,
Right, okay.
as well as the price of the book.
Okay.
And the price of the book, is really, you're going to launch the Kindle for 99 cents,
Right.
but you should have an idea of what you're going to price it at afterwards, as well as the actual paper copy.
And do you have any recommendations on that?
For the paper copy, I would, if you're going to use Amazon and upload it to CreateSpace, which is the company that actually prints the paper books, the actual books, you can go in there and it'll tell you what your actual cost is going to be
Yeah.
for that book,
Right.
and then you just price it accordingly.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So and then you don't get all the difference, by the way, when you sell one.
Right.
You only get a percentage, and Amazon and CreateSpace get a percentage, and
Yeah.
so you get a royalty. Basically, you don't get all the profit. You get more profit if you actually sell the book directly. If you say pre-order 100 books or so,
Okay.
and you sell them directly through your website,
Oh, okay.
so you can probably get all the books landed at your home for, let's say, between $5 and $7. So you sell it for $19.99. You get to keep the difference, $19.99 plus shipping.
Yeah.
So you actually get to keep the difference versus if they're buying it off Amazon. Then you just get a few bucks. But then it's the
Yeah.
hassle of actually doing it, right? The whole purpose of using Amazon is you don't have to do anything
Exactly.
or worry about anything.
And really, again, the purpose, I'm very clear on what my intention is
It's not to
and
make
the
money on the
purpose.
book.
Exactly. I'm writing this book as a public service to my clients who want it, who need it, and the people who I haven't met, because it's people are looking for a way to eliminate pain, and I've got several great ideas on how to do it easy.
Okay. And have you even thought about picking categories yet?
I have thought about it. So do I want to be in the inflammation category? Do I want to be in pain elimination category? I haven't given some deep thought to that.
Okay. So it's when you're picking your category, it's a strategy.
Okay.
It's all about a very specific strategy, because you want to know what the competition is going to be
Right.
in order to get number one best-selling status. You need to know approximately how many books you have to sell per day in order to reach that goal of being a number one best-selling author.
So it's different per category.
It's different per category. And what I'm going to do is I'm
Okay.
going to actually, bear with me for a second. I'm going to pull up the screen, and we'll actually run through how you can actually do this.
Okay. Can I pick as many categories as I want?
3.
Oh, okay, 3.
So you can pick 3 categories.